Hi, Scorpio. So I have very exciting news for you guys. I am now available to do personal readings if you guys are interested. That will be linked down below in the description box with my set prices as well as my email, so you guys can email me about it. So, you guys, let's get into this. What is happening for my Scorpios for Sun, Moon, and Rising? I'm so excited. I finally got this tarot deck that I wanted for a while. It's like the Morgan Greer Tarot. I love the design, so I'm really excited, you guys, to use this deck. All right, let's get this going here. We have the Two of Cups. The Nine of Rods. The Chariot. The Ten of Swords. The Four of Pentacles. The Empress. The Magician. And the Two of Rods. And then we have Judgment at the bottom. So, Scorpio, I am getting something here where some of you guys have felt like you or a friend, a lover, a family member, even a coworker, right? This can be anybody. I like to try and make them a little bit more general to help people. But you and this person, I am getting that you are a little bit more defensive, but not in a way where you're necessarily yelling at them or freaking out on them or anything. But I feel like you guys are watching them or observing them in some way, because I feel like they said something or they must have done something that made you guys kind of be like, ooh, I need to put my guard up a bit. I need to trust myself a little bit about this, because it's almost like maybe you guys got like spidey sense, right? Like you're like, oh, I just feel like tingles, like somebody, like you caught something, you realized something, and I feel like moving forward was painful for you. I'm guessing as well too, maybe this person made some kind of judgment. They said something, again, it's something they said, but it could have impacted your self-image or how you view yourself. And I feel like this caught you off guard, which I am also getting really impacted, not only your self-esteem, but also maybe the way that you seems like the way you had to relook at something. And maybe you've been holding on to that. You've been holding on to whatever this person has said to you. And it was something that really hurt you, really cut you to your core. Whatever this person said to you, it definitely impacted you. And you're having a really hard time. But at the same time, you're still looking good, acting good, doing your job, doing what you need to do. You're still evolving and changing. But it's like, so every once in a while you think about what that person has said or done, because you can still feel that pain. It just feels, I don't know what they would have said or done, but it definitely felt like something, like some kind of action, something was thrown to you. And it just seemed kind of like unfair or out of the blue, or just, but it was something that you've already believed inside of yourself. So it's like this person just triggered something in your childhood. For some of you guys, this person could have, it's like they knew, I'm just getting that they knew what hurt you, and then they used that against you. And that really did impact you because you maybe have a hard time trusting people, Scorpio. And you perhaps put your trust into this person and told them something about your past that was very hard for you. And I felt like this person could have thrown that back in your face or could have used that in some way to belittle you or put you down. And it's almost like it's almost like you felt kind of ashamed for maybe being abused or maybe having to go through certain circumstances. And this person could have said something that made you feel worse about your current circumstances or about something that has happened to you. But there's definitely something that is some kind of insecurity that this person triggered in you. And it has upsetted you ever since, and you haven't been able to get over it. And every once in a while, when you're in the middle of doing something, it's like you keep rethinking that. And it's almost like it's kind of keeping you from really moving forward because you're holding on so deeply to what this person has said and done. So let's pull here the Oracle Wisdom of the Oracle deck. But I feel like you guys still kind of handled it in a good way, even when this person said something mean to you. I think you guys were just really caught off guard, though, and you just didn't know how to react. And so now that you had time to kind of think about it, you're like, oh man, that was really messed up, what they said. Or, again, it just really impacted you deep, very deep. The Ten of Swords is not a fun card to deal with. It is definitely very painful. And I feel like you just kind of feel isolated and alone. We have the here and now, and I feel like a lot of you guys, you might live in your past a lot, especially because of this. It's like this keeps pulling you back. So it's like robbing you of your joy in the moment. It's robbing you of your present. We have imagine. So I feel like a lot of you guys, it's your imagination. It's the way that you view something in the past. You know, and you know, it's kind of interesting. So I read that your brain will fill in gaps, right? So when you look back at a memory, it will distort it. So you will, every time you look back at it, you'll think, oh, I remember when this happened. And then you'll go back and you'll be like, oh, I remember when that happened and this happened. And it's like you're remembering different pieces of it, but it's also your brain's way of distorting and trying to figure it out. So it will like even alter the actual real memory. So sometimes when you look back at something, it actually wasn't quite what happened. It's just the emotional attachment that you've had to it compared to what was actually just happening. Does that make sense? So sometimes our brain makes it out to be a bigger deal than what it actually was. And it's only because we keep revisiting it that the brain just keeps changing it or keeps saying, oh yeah, that was really hard. That was really painful. But in reality, that it really wasn't that bad. And I'm not saying that for you guys, like, oh, that's what that is. But that's kind of what I'm sensing with that imagination card is maybe some of the stuff that you recalled perhaps didn't happen or perhaps was a little fabricated from your imagination. The brain just does that automatically. It's not like there's anything wrong with us or that I'm shaming you in any way. It's just that is something that does actually happen. Our memories do alter and change over time. We also have here unfinished symphony. Exactly. I feel like some of you guys maybe didn't even get the last word in and you're just like, oh, I'm ruminating over that. Like, man, I can't believe so-and-so did that. Right? It's like there's definitely some kind of unfinished business, and that's why you guys are so fixated on that. Because it's either you want answers or you want something out of this. You are not happy the way that it ended or the way that it went down. And so you guys are fixated on it or wanting to change it. There's definitely something here of feeling like hopelessness or just feeling some kind of like it's robbing your joy, though. I just keep sensing it's taking away who you are in the moment. And it's like figuring out what is right for you. Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, this situation definitely caused you guys to think more lower of yourself. But on the outside world, you guys look great. You guys look fine. Externally, you look wonderful, but internally, there's a part of that feels like you're lacking and missing something, but other people are not seeing that, right? So you're kind of mirroring to the world that you're doing great and that you're fine, but deep down inside, there is that wound that really hurts. So we have here the Divine Abundance Oracle cards. So let's kind of see what abundance is coming my Scorpio's way. Can you guys look forward to? We have detachment. With detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. Yeah, see, you guys are holding on. There's an attachment to this pain in the past. And I feel like, too, a lot of times when somebody hurts us, we just want to feel validated. We just want them to see how badly they hurt us. And that's all we really want, right? And sometimes we just don't get that. But we have to give it to ourselves. We have to validate our own pain. We can't let somebody else just do it for us, or else we'll never heal, right? We'll never heal the situation if we're waiting for somebody else to validate the pain that they caused us, the actions that they did. You know, sometimes people will never take accountability for themselves and for what they do. And so it's up to us, because closure is really not a true thing. Because if say for instance, if this person came back to you and said, "Oh, Scorpio, I'm so sorry," and they explain everything, there's a part of you that still might have that hurt, because it's not them anymore. It's something inside of you. They triggered a reaction that you already felt inside, or else it wouldn't have hurt so bad. For some of you guys, I also feel like this person could have broken up with you or told you some kind of truth that you just did not want to hear. Or they said something to you. Again, I just feel like they used something against you or said something that they knew would hurt you. We also have faith. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. Yes. So I feel like a lot of you guys, you're definitely on that track to changing and evolving and moving past this situation. But you just need to have faith in yourself and faith that things will work out. Because a lot of the times we look at things in a distorted way, or we see things differently than another person does. And sometimes that actually is what keeps us stuck. That's actually what's keeping us from evolving and changing and growing. And I feel like a lot of you guys, you are changing. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroad in your own evolution. Exactly. And I feel like you guys are on that verge of changing. You guys are changing for the better. You guys are starting to let go. And you guys are kind of, realizing that you really don't need that closure, Scorpio. That you are powerful enough to take back that power. What that person said about you, or what that person's action shown about them, it's not about you. And so I feel like you need to really pull yourself back up again, brush yourselves off, and say, I can handle this. I got this. I don't need this person's validation to make me feel whole. I don't have to be attached to this pain anymore. I've suffered long enough. This pain is not going to make this person stop and see what they did, because this person is out living their life. They're doing their own thing. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's painful because you're waiting and you feel like if you let go of this pain, that it's almost like what they did was right, but it wasn't. It's not okay what they did. But you need to let go of that pain for yourself. You need to have faith that when you let go of this pain, that good things will come to you, that you deserve better than this. And so that's what I have for you guys. Hopefully this resonates for my Scorpios. Thank you so much. Have a great and wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.